This past week, we saw the end of Marvel's latest show and a new Mortal Kombat film. Let's send it over to Adam Beam to hear if they are worth the watch.
Past Friday, we saw two big releases, one from Disney and the other from Warner Brothers. Starting off, now with all 6 episodes streaming, we have a conclusion to Season 1 of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Overall, I thought that this was another successful outing for Marvel's Disney Plus adventures, though I think it lacked the week-to-week hype that WandaVision had. The series' strongest aspect is its characters. Finally, Sam and Bucky feel like real, full-fleshed characters and have things to do that actually contribute. As in the movies, they always felt a lot more sidelined. And here, their interactions were some of the highlights. Of course, when talking about characters, you have to talk about the breakout one from the series, Baron Zemo. I was very glad that Marvel let Zemo live at the end of Civil War, as here he turned out to be a surprisingly compelling anti-hero who steals the show with every scene he's in. The series also has some surprisingly good action, and with a certain subplot, makes this one of the MCU's most relevant outings without ever feeling too heavy-handed. The biggest downside for me, however, is that I found the series didn't have the surprise or wow factor that WandaVision had. It was definitely more of the usual Marvel fare and didn't really have too many surprises. Moving over to a far more disappointing outing, however, from this past weekend, I also checked out the new Mortal Kombat film. Now, even though I'm not the biggest Mortal Kombat fan, I was still very excited for this new film, especially with it having a well-deserved R rating. And while I know it's almost a Hollywood curse that video game movies are usually terrible, I was still very excited. However, following an amazing opening sequence, I quickly learned that the curse is very much still alive. This movie was pretty bad, the biggest issue being that of the film's script. The dialogue is flat out terrible at times. Exposition is very lazily shoehorned into conversations that have nothing to do with anything. Apart from the characters of Kano and Sub-Zero, most of them are very one-note. In fact, most of them are just there because fans will recognize them from the games. But then fans of the games will be disappointed when they discover that those characters are basically useless. Speaking of useless characters, none is more useless than our main character, Cole, one who's been created specifically for this movie. He contributes little to nothing to the film overall, and I genuinely wonder why they decided to create a new character when the franchise has such a vast selection. This is a real nothing of a character. The only reason to watch this movie, in my opinion, would be to see some Mortal Kombat fatalities come to life on the big screen in all their bloody glory. But apart from that, casual viewers and even die-hard fans will most likely be let down. In all honesty, I would still take the original Mortal Kombat from 1995 over this new film any day. If you are interested in checking out either Falcon and Winter Soldier or Mortal Kombat, Falcon and Winter Soldier is streaming on Disney+, and Mortal Kombat is currently in theaters and streaming on HBO Max. For SUTV Entertainment, I'm Adam Beam.
Billie Eilish has just announced her newest album titled Happier Than Ever, and